An hour and 21 minutes. That's how long I was on the phone with Uber support. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Well, I'm out here. I got this order from home. I turned on the apps and it was going crazy. And I saw this one. I was like, yeah, for sure. This is going to be good. I know that the bridge at the top of my area is closed for the weekend. And then going forward, it's going to be 3 lanes. Don't even get me started on that one. We're pretty much going to be stranded over here. So I was like, okay, I'll go pick it up and then drive down that main road and go to the other bridge.
That's what you think.
Tell me why. First of all, I had to wait in the restaurant forever. Then for one order, the other one was done. But then I get out, I drive down maybe not even a minute, and it's a parking lot. I'm like, what is going on? Uber is telling me to go that way. So I'm like, let me turn on Waze because Uber doesn't know what's going on. I turn on Waze and it's giving me this crazy detour because that street, it says that like it's fully red. Like there's nothing happening. Like you're not going anywhere if you stay there. So now I'm doing the detour, but I'm in traffic at the detour. Like, oh my gosh. It says it's going to take I think it said like 22 minutes when I first mapped it to get to the first customer.
That's a lie.
It's in the skip bag. Both orders are in the skip bag. So at least that's a good thing. It's the good bag, but still, whew, this is it's gonna be a long drive. I think I'm gonna go back here. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but look in my mirror. Look how far back that goes. This light change, we did not budge. Oh my goodness. This is a mistake. I wish I could unassign from this order, but I already have it in my car. It's right here. An hour and 21 minutes. That's how long I was on the phone with Uber support. Oh my goodness. I spoke to, in the end, I think it was 7 or 8 people. Like I lost track at some point in time. I could not believe it. When I called the agent to let them know that it was going to take long and I was seeking compensation, she said, when I complete the order, I'm going to get compensation in the app. If I'm not satisfied, then I can call them and then they can discuss. I completed the order, no compensation. It showed the base pay $6.44 or something or the other like that. And I was like, no, this is not happening. In the end, it took me, they say they see it as an hour and 31 minutes to complete that order. An hour and 31 minutes. It came in and said it was going to take 36. That was it. An hour and 31 minutes. So when I spoke to the agent, they were like, oh, no, it's not the right department, but I can give you $3. I'm like, what am I going to do with $3? Like, that's nothing. No, that's not satisfactory. Please transfer me to a supervisor. So they transferred me, but then I was in like the rideshare department. Then I was all over the place. I could not believe it. One guy I spoke to, he knew all the right words to say, Ken or Kent or something or the other like that. I got you. You knew all the right words to say, but yet you still transferred me to the wrong person in the end. He was like, oh my goodness, you've been transferred so many times. You know, I'm scrolling on my mouse and I scroll 15 times and that's not okay. You deserve much more than that. And whew, he was a sweet talker. Told you about that. He was a sweet talker. So finally, I got transferred to a supervisor who was able to give me $15 compensation. And then she said that she was giving me compensation for the distance, which technically the distance was still the same. Yes, I had to do detours. Oh.
Wait a second.
Technically, it is more distance because I was supposed to just go straight down the street and then go on the bridge. However, I had to do like this huge detour to come back down to go on the bridge. So that's what she meant, because she said that she was going to give me extra compensation for the distance. However, it didn't work. So when she checked, she's like, oh, the system took the $15 for distance and time. So I can't put another distance in there. So I was like, okay, but like on another side note, this is not normal. I've been on the phone with you guys for an hour and 18 minutes. An hour and 18. I spoke to 7 or 8 different agents. This is not okay. And she was like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Let me see if there's something else that I can do in terms of compensation. I was like, sure. So she gave me an extra $10 on that. So anyways, in the end, I made $25 on top of the amount, but still that was not enough for the, like, it was good. Like, don't get me wrong. They could have been like, oh, well, you snooze, you lose. But the fact that it was an hour and 31 minutes, it's insane. But luckily, while I was on the phone with her, her and all the other agents, at some point I had everything paused. So like to get back into my area, I paused everything because if I get an order, it's going to take me too long to get back into my area anyways. But then other times I took orders. So I took 2 orders while I was on the phone with them. So at least I was able to get some money from that. But like, this whole night was so disappointing, man. So a few things to be said about that order. Yes, I could have dropped it. And actually, when I called Uber to tell them that it's going to take forever, the agent was like, okay, well, we can cancel the order and you can dispose of the food. But I was so close in distance, and it was 2 really big family orders that I didn't want to do that. I was like, that's 2 families that's not going to get their food. It shouldn't really take this much longer. And I had already been in traffic for like an hour and like 10 minutes. What's an additional, I don't know how long it was going to take, right? So I didn't want to cancel it. They did suggest that I cancel it. And then on top of that, I was like, well, if I drop it off and I don't get compensation, I'm just gonna call them and ask to speak to a supervisor. Because really, like, I know that the person that's answering the phone has 0 power. What are they gonna give me, like $3? I don't need $3. I need more money than that for the amount of time that I'm spending on this order. So I knew that asking for a supervisor, I was gonna get someone that's going to give me something. Well, not I know, but I had a feeling that I was gonna get someone that's gonna give me something. So these are the different things that, like, you know, you can think like, okay, well, do I want to deliver this order? Do I not want to deliver this order? That's really based on you. No one can tell you whether to deliver it or not. Obviously, I did not want it to take an hour and a half to complete that entire order, but in the end, I got $25 on it. So in the end, the agent that solved everything and gave me the compensation was the right person to speak to. Technically, she's the person that I should have spoken to in the first place when I asked to speak to a supervisor. So that's maybe one tip that I can add onto a previous video that I did on tips and tricks to maximize your earnings while you're out there doing Uber Eats order. If you don't know what I'm talking about, or if you want to see what tips that I'm talking about, check out the video here so that you can find out how you can maximize while you're out there doing these orders. And please don't take an hour and a half to do an order, even though you might get compensation for it.